My name's Dr. Peter Lovett, and I'm a psychologist at the University of Hertfordshire. I've been interested in dance since I can remember. Before I trained as a psychologist, I earned my living as a professional dancer. I left professional dancing when I was 26. I studied psychology, did several degrees, and then I decided then to combine dance and psychology together and formed the Dance Psychology Lab. Communication and dance are linked in a number of ways. There was one great study which looked at women in table dancing clubs in America. And the idea in these clubs is that a man will sit in a chair and then a woman will come over and dance on his lap, either naked or virtually naked. And what happens is a man will pay her to do that for a certain period of time. Once that time's up, then what he'll do, he'll put money into her garter belt or something, so for her to keep dancing. Now what this study found was that those women who were at the fertile stage of their cycle were given more tips than women who were at the less fertile stage of their cycle. And what this means is that men seem to prefer the dancing of more fertile women and wanted them to carry on longer and longer and longer. The experiment we were carrying out last night was looking at the relationship between the way people dance and their hormonal and genetic makeup. Now, one of the ways you can measure people's hormonal makeup is to look at what's called prenatal testosterone. One of the things it organises is the length of this flange right here. And you can measure prenatal testosterone by measuring what's called the 2D, 4D digit ratio. So what you do, you measure the length of the second digit, so you measure from the crease here to the length here, and you measure the length of the fourth digit, again from this crease here up to the top of the finger here. Now, we turn the hand around. If this finger is significantly longer than this finger, it shows that the subject has a high degree of prenatal testosterone. We've looked at the way women dance at different stages of their menstrual cycle, and what we find is that a couple of things. Women at the more fertile stage of their cycle tend to isolate their hips a little bit more when they're dancing. When the woman is at a less fertile stage of her cycle, she also moves her hips but moves other parts of her body too, and the men find that woman less attractive. So there's a real link here between how women are what they're communicating, and what we think is that women are communicating their fertility through dancing and men are communicating their hormonal makeup through the way they dance. And what's incredible is that members of the opposite sex can use that information implicitly, without even knowing it, to make judgments about how attractive they find men and women.